All right, September 22nd. It's been 20 days since my last video update, even though it took me about 2, 3 weeks to post it. But that video was made on September 2nd, and this video is being made on September 22nd. I wanted to make a 30-day update on the 30th day. The 30th day fell on a Saturday, that was September 20th. But today's Monday, the market's already closed. It didn't make a huge difference this past day. We're up a little bit. But essentially, this is my 30-day update on how things have been going. You could see it was a little shaky towards the beginning of the month, and this was based on the Fed rate cut that was coming. They weren't sure if it was going to be a 1/4% or 0.5%. Once they made that announcement, they're going to make the Fed rate cut. We went ahead and moved higher up until now. All right, so let's jump into the account. You can see my net liquidation value is $52,049.44. This is about a 4% return in 30 days. This is mostly due to the tremendous upswing that we've seen in the market. My goal is 2%, so I'm not complaining that I got 4% this month. I also contribute the success to having a plan and sticking to it, even though I did make some portfolio changes in the past 2, 3 weeks. I balance those changes to the intent of the portfolio without derailing the entire purpose of the portfolio, which I've done in the past. So I'm learning from those mistakes. I'm not going to completely change directions here, but I did make some small tweaks to the account. And the first change that I did was I went ahead and cut out the SPX put spreads. They were generating cash flow. I didn't lose any money on any of the trades with those, but it just wasn't creating as much cash flow as the wheel trade was, and it wasn't creating as much cash flow as some of the higher distribution ETFs such as ULTY. So I decided to cut it, and I put those funds towards doubling up my SPY-I, QQQI, IWMI. I added 400 shares of ULTY, and then I doubled down on my TQQQ wheel trade allocation, and I added an SOXL allocation. So you can see I have two TQQQ puts. I used to only have one, and now I have four SOXL puts. I used to have three. And everything's been pretty profitable. I haven't taken assignment of any shares as the market's been going up. I've just been rolling up my puts and collecting premiums. And so we can go through the transaction history. Unfortunately, because I did not provide an update between September 2nd and now, there's quite a bit of transactions to go through, so I'm going to breeze through them. We talked in the last video about buying SPLG shares and flipping them. I kept that strategy going. I also added 100 shares of ULTY, added a put for SOXL here. I did a 0 DTE SPY trade, made a little bit of money. It was a 0 DTE 1 day flip. Same thing with the shares here. You can say I sold them all for $76. Looks like I bought them around 75 and a half. So I probably made, I don't know, a buck or two. And then got my dividend from ULTY, which was $9 on the week, and that was based off owning 100 shares. I got some dividends from SPIX and SPIQ, which is the Goldman Sachs, S&P, and Nasdaq funds. Not an impressive dividend, but I don't have a whole lot of shares either, so that's to be expected. Managed a lot of XOXL puts, just basically rolling them up, collecting more premium, selling higher strikes. Some of these I kept the strike, but I rolled out a little bit further in expiration, and you can see I did that with these two. I kept the 24 strike, but just a few weeks. With these SOXL trades, I kept the strike, but I just rolled out in duration. So you can see here, I bought back the 12 September 24 put, and I sold the 3 October 24 put. Same thing here, 19 September to 26 September, kept the 26 put, but just collected more premium. Another SPX trade, I've just rolled up my strikes from 58.25 to 58.50, just a small adjustment to the upside, and collected whatever premium, took that profit and rolled up a little bit. Same thing with TQQQ, buying back the 87 put, selling another 87 put, but just more duration. You can see I bought it back for 117, sold it for 270. So collected an additional $150 or so in premium. Bought another 100 shares of ULTY, A lot of SOXL puts that have just been rolling because I have so many of them. I had 3 to 4 this month, so just constantly rolling them up for more premium or rolling them out for more premium. Rolled another SPX put spread up slightly. Looks like I bought back and I sold the 6,000. So I rolled it up about 150 points or so, collected a little bit more premium, got my second ULTY distribution. Because I had 200 shares at the time, my distribution doubled to $18. As the month progresses, still going with those SOXL puts, rolling them up. Did some IBIT shares where I flipped those shares. It looks like I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shares, rolled up some TQQQ puts, rolled up another SPX put spread, and then looks like I bought 5 shares of SPLG, bought some more SPLG, bought some more. Looks like I finally sold those IBIT shares. Yeah, it's pretty repetitive. It's not fast, sexy money. Each trade's like 20, $30 a pop, but they add up. So they add up to a couple $100 in a day. Sometimes it's over $100. Sometimes it's 50, $60. Sometimes I don't touch the account at all. But you can see I've been pretty active, not doing anything really new except discontinuing the SPX put spread and adding a little bit more puts for TQQQ and SOXL, buying more ULTY, and still doing my share flips. So today I bought some more IBIT as it was coming down. You can see I bought 25 shares at 64.11. It went down another 8 cents or so. I bought 5 more shares. When that comes back up, I'll go ahead and release those shares back for a small profit and we'll keep it rolling. Hoping to provide an update sooner next time. Take care and God bless.